Good morning, Friday the 20th of November 2020, and tonight at 6 o'clock the district of North and South Lanarkshire, Glasgow, Greater Glasgow, Renfrew, Ayrshire going into sort of second phase of lockdown. And good morning, Kevin, I hope you are well. Wondering how that number 7 is, buddy. Doing alright. So we're entering into a stage 4 lockdown, and what brings with that is a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty. Morning, Alison, hope you're well. I didn't want to post on your Facebook page yesterday, Alison, but I'm really sorry to hear about your dog. Desperately sorry, Alison, but I'll come round and see you. I'll come round and see you next week. I was thinking about you this morning, actually. It looks cold this morning. Des is Baltic. It's really cold. Anyway, right, let's get this cracked on. Men's Mental Health Day was yesterday. We're in Movember. We're in men's mental health. Why is men's mental health any different than women's mental health? Well, it's not, but it's alright for women to have mental health issues, but it's not alright for men to have mental health issues. It's not alright for men to have feelings, really. That's not okay. Men are not allowed to have feelings. For all those guys that grew up watching the old cowboy films, you know, that men were this guy that kind of rode around on a horse, and that's the way the guys are, you know. And I really don't think that mindset has been beneficial to our mental health. You're more than welcome, Alison. My heart goes out to you. Absolutely does. You've had a terrible year, and I woke up thinking about you this morning, and I thought, I'm not going to message you today. I messaged you yesterday. I'll leave it to next week, because it's knowing the days that it's the weeks and months that the loss gets harder for us, doesn't it? But so we're moving into a lockdown, and as I was speaking to Frank Devine yesterday about what I notice, like all addictive cycles of behaviour, is that when you're gonna lose something, be that drugs, alcohol, you're starting a diet, you know, you're going to give up sugar, whatever that might be. For so many people, what we do is we go out and we binge before we give up the substance. You know, so if we're going to say, oh, I'm giving up the drink on Monday, you absolutely go on a bender at the weekend before you give it up. Same with a diet, you know, you kind of give yourself all those things that you feel you're going to be restricted from. And I think that's why a lot of diets and sobriety and things like that fail, is because we feel as if we're restricting ourselves from something, that we're giving something up. And we can change our mindset around that, and that we're not actually giving something up. That, Lindsay, oh, it must be freezing. When you mention it, it is. When I'm not focusing on it, like, you see my arms, see the difference in colour. You get like a wee suntan for a bit of an hour after you come out here. Right, enough of me being silly. Men's Mental Health Month and Men's Mental Health Day was yesterday. And we're moving into lockdown, and what I'm witnessing in my local area is the roads were mobbed, the shops were mobbed. It was like everybody was out, and I'm not saying panic buying, that's just a word that was developed with this lockdown and unprecedented times and what we're living in. But people really go out and go like, right, I need to do this. And it's almost like, as I'm witnessing, it's like what we would call in the fellowship, that's the AA for those of you that don't know, or NA or CA. Got an A for everything just about now. Got Overeaters Anonymous, Codependents Anonymous, which is fantastic. But anyway, we would call that like a white knuckle sobriety. And it's almost like what people do is, right, we're going into lockdown for 3 weeks. Hold your breath for 3 weeks. Let's not deal with it. Let's not feel the feelings that are being brought up by the things that we miss. Let's just hold our breath and go on with it, rather than going through the pain, going through the suffering. Good morning, Joanne. How is it, Orkney? And It's like a white knuckle sobriety. We're going into lockdown. Let's hold our breath and we'll all get out the other side of this. And I'm just wondering, how helpful is that for our mental health? Is that a helpful strategy that we, or the most, have adopted in a way to manage things that we feel that we're being restricted from? If we feel that we're missing out, then we're going to be coming at it from that we're feeling lack, that we're feeling that we're not getting our needs met. But there's other ways to meet our needs. And, you know, I reflect often on people that had businesses in the 80s. They never had a mobile phone or a laptop or a computer. And a lot of people managed to run relatively successful businesses without this little device. And what would it be like giving this up? So what I'm encouraging us to think about through lockdown is not to focus on the gyms have closed, right? Because that's a huge thing. I really get that is a huge thing, right? But I went out last night and done a 7-mile walk. You know, that's pretty good exercise. Okay, it's not the gym, but it's pretty good exercise. And I was get to get outside, and Ralph got a walk, and you know, it was comical, it was funny, and I really enjoyed it, right? So it ticked a lot of boxes. It gave me humour, it brought a lot of joy, it gave me something to laugh about. It was good for my mental health, it was good for my physical health, it was good laughing for my emotional health. So there are other things that we are able to do. We're not stuck, we're never trapped, we're never trapped. Good morning, Georgina, how are you? We're not trapped, but when we think we're trapped, when we think we've got this inescapable stress or fear, that a lot of it we bring on ourselves because of our mindset. Now, being held hostage in a prison cell, that's pretty inescapable, right? You're not getting out of that. How long have we got? $90 seconds. 90 seconds to go. Right, I was asking how long I had to go because I'm really struggling this morning. It's absolutely frozen. As you can hear the guy screaming up there. Screaming. So I would encourage us, okay, to change our thinking. Think about how we're thinking. Look at our metacognition. We have metacognition. We don't need to stay in the moaning. You know, walking down this morning, Connor was explaining to me how he's really struggling with the gyms being closed. Now I get that, right? I'm sympathetic to that. I understand that, but it's not the end of the world, right? Look around us, look where we live. There's trees that can be climbed. There's walks we can go on. We can do sit-ups against the couch. We can do press-ups in the house. There are things that we're able to do. So let's look through this from a different lens, change our perspective on it a little bit, and let's not allow our mind to pull us down into a quagmire of negative thinking and negative thoughts that's going to be debilitating and not going to be helpful for our mental health. So, wow. And somebody, you always get a smart person when you're doing this, and really it doesn't annoy me any longer. I just don't engage with it. But why are you doing it from the Clyde and not on like a comfy rocking chair? Because a comfy rocking chair is, as it says, it's a comfy rocking chair, right? This pulls you out your comfort zone, and as I said, I really don't want to do that, right? I was even lying there this morning. I've got my little 700 goose-filled jacket. It's like a wee sleeping bag. And I was lying doing my meditation, rustled up in the leaves, and I was thinking to myself, I really don't want to go in there this morning. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to do it, right? Okay, pull your big boy pants on and get in. Now, being in the cold water, being in nature. I mean, I was talking to you this morning, right? And 2 ducks just flew down and landed at the side of the other guys. It was magnificent, right? What a great thing to see. But look into it. Look into cold water exposure, right? Or cold exposure. Look at the benefits that it has for our mental health. Look into the benefits that it's got for dementia, cardiovascular system, for balancing our parasympathetic and sympathetic limbic system and managing stress better. It's phenomenal. So to answer the guy's question, which I'm answering now, to embarrass you publicly on live, that's why I'm not doing it from a comfy armchair, because that's probably where you're sitting, drinking bottles of Corona. Good luck with that, mate. So have a fantastic day, and I will be on Stirling Radio with Donna Davis this afternoon from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock talking about men's mental health in general, because even if you are a woman, you could have a father, you could have a brother, you could have an uncle. So it's good for us all to know a little bit about what men go through from time to time. Have a fantastic day. All the best.